Just kidding, guys. Welcome to the Brew Crew. We're dabbing in here, and the first time ever. I know we've been wanted on Rumble, and we are live on Rumble. We figured it out, guys. Don't worry, we've got your crypto information here. Yes, we do, and I'm excited to share it with you. Though I don't know how to read your comments yet. That is something I will have to figure out in time. But we made it here, we made it, and I just want to celebrate this with you today because this is a glorious moment. Okay. Music not playing? Oh, it is playing. I can just barely hear it. All right. And on that note, guys, guess what I got for you? That golden like button. Yes. Please like it and not down, but preferably up because the golden like button is awesome. It's just like hitchhiking. You have to ask to get in somebody else's car. We're asking for the boost in the algorithm. And then just smash that like button really loud like that and make everybody jump out of their chair because that's what we do. We jump and scare people. And then we got the subscribe bell. You go like this and you ring it like a billion times like that. You can't even hear anything. And that tells everybody that you guys please hit the subscribe button so we can get notified and boost the algorithm on Rumble and YouTube. They actually almost don't have to ask for it on Rumble because they like us so much on there that they just boost it ourselves. But the YouTube algorithm isn't as high quality as a Rumble algorithm, so they make you ask. It's something that we have to do, unfortunately. But hey, c'est la vie. That is life. That's what Lark says. So I'm taking it saying, Lark, that's not copywritten. You weren't the first one to come up with that. And we're going to go over the Bitcoin conference today. We're going to cover some news. We're going to go over some awesome affiliates that we had. Trent has been mastering it. We'll show you some copy demo trades. And yeah, I think I got everything. I do want to tell you, we are the Blockchain Brew Show, the most hydrated crew out there. Today I got American Classic. I brought in a Truly Unruly. That's right, Truly Unruly. And it's coming in at 8%. It's better than any other monkish beer I've out there. In fact, I rated this one higher. The strawberry one, it's very tropical. It's better than any monkish I've ever had in my entire life. This is a solid 9.2. Okay, you can't buy it anywhere. It's only available the strawberry flavor. It's only available in Seattle. So
I was like in my backyard.
Yeah, something that you can't just walk on to any 7-Eleven and pick up like so anyways, here's my ASMR pop. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There was an energy. You see monkish do that? Does monkish bring that energy? I don't think so. That's American made, baby. Strawberries. Wow, that's strong. Your chest hair. What up, Harlan? What's crack-a-lackin'? I haven't seen you in a week or two, dog.
Harlan, what I mean by Bitcoin supply shock is basically there are 21 million Bitcoin. Well, there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoin in existence. Right now, there are 19 and change. 19 point something in existence. New supply is emitted into new coins are emitted into the supply every day. Approximately 450 new coins are emitted into the supply every day. And that supply, that emission rate gets cut in half every 4 years by what we call the halving, right? And I'm sure you know all of this. I just have to start there.
You want a spicy answer, Trent?
Huh?
Do you know how much it costs to make a Bitcoin right now on average?
Yeah, probably like 30 grand.
Nope.
40 grand.
Higher, $48,000 on average per Bitcoin. And I have this theory, Trent, with the supply shock. So previously, because it doubles, right? We were on average cost about $24,000 per Bitcoin, and the bottom of the bear market was 16 or 15.5.
Right, I remember that.
My theory is, if we have a traditional cycle, the bottom of sort of 48K, I think we'll hit around 40K.
Yeah, we tend not to go lower than the break-even point for miners.
But we did. We
Well,
wicked
yeah.
for like 3 or 4 days. Now, if we wick 3 or 4 days, it's like,
Right.
because I think it was less than, I think it was like 5 days. We were at 16.5 or
Yeah.
less, you know, or we went down to 16 and then we were back up to 20 and we hung out there. Like, it was
But
very short.
For our boy Harlem, like what I really mean by Bitcoin supply shock is that let's just go off of the 21 million number, right? Well, do you know how many millionaires there are in the world?
About 130.
Right, more than that.
Are you sure?
I'm
I
pretty
made this
sure.
whole video on Real Meta Crypto 4 years ago. So it could have changed since then, because Bitcoin is higher than it was 4 years ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, but
There was 60. I had like 60 million in like the U.S.
Yeah, you know, I mean, oh, you said 130 million.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said 130 millionaires in general. I was like, nah,
No.
bro. There's like, yeah,
More, a few more than that.
yeah, 130 millionaires. That sounds about right. If every one of them decided that tomorrow that they wanted to own just one Bitcoin, there wouldn't be enough to go around. Now, we just heard Senator Cynthia Lummis at day one of the Bitcoin conference today saying that they are in deep negotiations with the Democrats for a bipartisan bill for a Bitcoin U.S. strategic reserve. And they've been in this process for a year now. Hey, so, you know, they've been in, oh yeah, I just realized that. They've been in this process for a year now, and on Monday, they are having a vote. It's not the final vote, but they're having a vote just to sort of define some of their guidelines moving forward, and it's going to be a big step in moving forward with this bill. Point being, there aren't enough Bitcoin in existence for every millionaire in the world to own one. And now, not only has El Salvador been acquiring Bitcoin for 4 years, has made it legal tender in their country, the United States of America is going to be offloading other assets like a percentage of their gold holdings and potentially using tariff profits to acquire some Bitcoin. So that's what I mean by supply shock. The demand is the United States government is the biggest institution in the world, and it wants to acquire Bitcoin.
And once we buy it, guys, once America starts accumulating, all the other countries are going to start racing. We kick the football. We got the coin tossed on our side.
Yeah. So, you know, it's the demand is going up and the supply is going down. That's the supply and demand economics of a supply shock.
Well, and you also got to think about probably about 4 million Bitcoins are lost to the dumpster.
Oil and gold are the other two big commodities that experience supply shock. But the difference with Bitcoin is that the supply shock is coded into the mechanics of the blockchain. Real quick, Tyler.
T-square.
Hal said any thoughts on
What up, Juan? What up?
What do you think about that?
Think about what?
Any thoughts on Quant? Hal said.
Well, man, why do you have to go jump straight to that, Trent? Quant had 2 giant upgrades this week, and there was like a short little video I wanted to find, but I didn't end up getting to it. So maybe if you I'll pull it up on like X later and see if I can find that.
Okay, fair enough.
But they're doing good things, okay? You know, never underestimate ISO 222 projects, okay? They all pump together and they all build together. What up, dog? I got my H-bar shirt on, and I got my XRP hat on. We're in Rumble now. I'm feeling stoked about that because it was like on my to-do list, and it kept flip-flopping on me, driving me freaking crazy. Trent, you didn't even get into your beer. You brewed.
I know. Last time I brought you guys Trapped in the 90s by Monkish Brewing Company in Anaheim, California. This one is called Glamoro by Monkish Brewing, of course. So let's get into it. We got our ASMR pop.
What's up, Donnie? What's crack-a-lackin'? Dude, I did a whole video clip on the night before last on SXT. I'll get into it once Trent's done pouring his drink. Actually, I might be able to pull it up right now while I'm waiting for him. Check on Rumble. No comments yet.
We've got our monkish glass with our little, four-leaf clover cross. And says monkish right there on the other side. What up, Nesquik? So this one is it's almost a little flat. I don't mean that in the sense of like a soda that's been sitting open. It's not a terrible thing, but it's not nearly as good as the other one, which I'm glad because I got 1 4-pack of this and I got 3 4-packs of that other of Trapped in the 90s, which is significantly better. So I'm happy about that. It's a good beer though. I mean, it has a viscous, creamy, thick mouthfeel. It's tropical, citrus.
Tropical and citrus.
Pineapple.
I like pineapple, tropical citrus.
Kind of like a maybe a pineapple that's going bad a little bit, you know. So yeah, it's solid. It's not going to be one of my higher ratings, but solid.
I'm trying to find my article. Pull it up. All right, so my thoughts on Mr. Donnie. All right, and we got Nesquik. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go up. Let's go up. Congratulations again, Humble. That's a win. It is a win. We actually have people on there watching right now. I have to keep switching back and forth because I'm not sure if there are comments on there. Tal, you should go on to Rumble and see if you can comment on there if it pops up in StreamYard because I'm really kind of curious on that. And then someone threw something that Peter shipped. I wish I knew what it was. I could take a couple guesses. And then on that note, Mr. Donnie asked me what I thought about it. So I did do a little bit more research on Microsoft. www.microsoft, you can't even see the top. But Microsoft.com has space and time, helps customers decode blockchain data with Microsoft Azure OpenAI. And they have this whole page and a couple articles, executive. I don't know if it will go in here, but they were able to create a $20 million fundraiser in it, building trust models, verifiable data. I did a lot more detailed read through on this. What's today? Wednesday, Tuesday, Sunday? Was it Monday? I think it was Monday. Maybe it was Monday or Tuesday. Sunday. One of those days, I went through here and I read all this, making blockchain data accessible. And I think it's really interesting that they have this whole article on SXT on their page. Now, I am concerned with the token allocation, and that there are some also concerns as like why would Microsoft partner up with XXT when it's such a smaller market cap when they literally are like, is Microsoft a $1 trillion company, Trent? Like, why would they just not? Why would they just not create their own? I mean, it is really interesting. I'm still a little hesitant. I do think it's really cool that Microsoft did has something. It has a couple different things on their page covering SXT space and time. It's something I want to ape into just because it's market cap size, but maybe throw a little allocation out there and see what it does and watch it play out.
Yeah.
But I did think that was pretty neat. And then I got a couple other articles that I was going to lean into today.
Hey, we appreciate that, Donnie.
Nickelodeon. That's my email. We don't want to go into my email. Where did this?
Hey, so for those of you on YouTube, you can't see this comment from somebody that's watching on X, but I think it's funny. Someone said another cool BS stat. Market cap isn't 1-to-1 correlated to the amount of money.
Bullish stat, not BS. Trent, it's bullish, not BS.
Oh. Hey, I was about to go in on this guy.
That's like, I mean, you could say BS, but it's not actual BS. It's bullish. Oh my gosh, Trent.
I thought this
Anyways,
dude's...
you want to read
Anyway,
the comment?
Shadow Trade King, thank you for your comment. My apologies.
Well, now you got to read the comments so we can all.
Yeah.
in.
It said another cool bullish stat. Market cap isn't one-to-one correlated to the amount of money needed to move price.
Yes.
For example, to get from a $2 trillion market cap to a $4 trillion market cap, you don't actually need an inflow of 2 trillion.
Correct.
It would be closer to 200 to 400 billion, depending on liquidity conditions.
Yes.
And that is absolutely right.
100%.
Had I went and read the whole thing, I would have just been confused and said, "Yeah, I agree with you," and I would have went back to the first sentence and caught my mistake. But
That's what he had.
this is absolutely right. The reason for this is because of leverage in the market. So all of the derivatives that are in the market, just guys, when we say that there is, like $200 trillion in global liquidity, and that there's upwards of a couple quadrillion dollars worth of money that exists in the world, period. Guys, the majority of that is derivatives. The majority of that is leveraged, borrowed. The majority of it is credit. The majority of it is not hard assets. Now, yes, when you're trading on leveraged exchanges, yeah, they do actually front the amount of coins that if you're trading a coin at 10x leverage, if you're trading one coin, then yeah, it would be like you're trading 10 of those coins. Yes, that's true, but they're contracts. When you actually go in and you read the details of the trade, it's you're trading. If Ondo is at $1 and you're trading at 10x leverage, you're trading 10,000 contracts of Ondo, actually. And so leveraged trading is a bunch of derivatives, and that's the exact reason why. If $200 billion actual real dollars flow into the market, it's like $1 to $2 trillion flow into the market, as far as market cap is concerned, and as far as price is concerned on exchanges. So there you go.
There you go, guys. Close that out. Doesn't do anything. All right, so Quant. Here's something that they posted 18 hours ago.
Hey, before you get into it, did you notice our thumbnail for today?
I did notice. I said it looks great. I said you changed your face. I'm so happy with it.
Oh,
that's another big win.
Well, yeah, that, and she put us at the Bitcoin conference thing. It looks like we're hosting the Bitcoin conference.
Oh, I didn't see that.
So welcome to the Bitcoin conference recap. The Bitcoin conference Brew Crew version.
Here we go. All right. Now we're going to go into the quant stuff, okay? So I'm going to play this video. We can all watch it. It says, money wasn't meant to just move. It was meant to work. Today's financial teams face rising complexity, growing compliance burdens, and pressure to do with more with less. Quant transforms money from a single transaction into next generational workflow advance. Yeah.
Hey, Donnie, by the way, if you're still watching, give my video from earlier a like. I worked really hard on it.
And the automation that makes money work for you, meaning you can move faster, remove friction, and accelerate growth. Discovering Quant's flow, move the money engine. All right, here we go, guys. We'll watch the video. Trent, you let me know how it sounds, okay?
All right.
Did I do that right? I didn't do that right. How do I expand this? There we go. All right.
Ideas don't wait. They flow. From a prototype to a product, a sketch to a skyline, and from a single order to a global marketplace. But money hasn't caught up. It stalls, stops, and waits for instruction. However, with QuantFlow, your money moves like your ideas, seamlessly and intuitively. Powered by PayScript, our dynamic open language, your financial workflows become intelligent, automated, and instant. Programmable money that works for you, all of you, so you can focus on what's next. Your money, your rules. QuantFlow, the money engine.
Nice. I'm not
Bullish.
I'm not into buying quant
I mean, BS.
myself. I'm not into buying quant myself just because, you can't buy everything. It's cool, though. I don't have anything bad to say about it.
Programmable money. I know Ethereum has that concept, so it's really interesting to watching Quant walk that out. Especially, I'm sure it has significance of being ISO 222 compliant, and so we'll have to see. I mean, I think I'm bullish on Quant. I don't hold any, but I would like to hold some. I did hold some at one point in time, but I had moved into XRP at the time because I was trying to decide on how I wanted to diversify my banks. Bullish on Quant though. And then there was something else that they did. Sponsoring Digital 2025 Innovation Summit. You know what? I'll look more into. There's another thing that they did, and I will gladly lean into that so you guys can have that information as well. And then on top of it, I just closed my X out. Dang it. I'm supposed to close that, just the article. Okay. Here we go. All right. I was reading ahead because I got my intriguingness captivated me. Here's what happened in crypto today. Trump Media Group reserves stance confirms 2.5 billion Bitcoin capital raise. Trump Media Technology Group, TMTG, company that owns U.S. President Donald Trump's True Social platform and is partially owned by President, confirmed 2.5 billion capital raise to purchase Bitcoin after denying early reports of the deal. According to May 27th announcement from the company, and the capital raise comprises of 1.5 billion in stock sale and 1 billion in convertible senior secure bonds with 0% coupon. Well, anybody who likes coupons should know 0% coupons, good coupon. The sale is expected to close on May 29th, so that is 2 days from now. TMTG CEO Devin Nunes said, "We view Bitcoin as an apex instrument of financial freedom, and now Trump Media will hold cryptocurrencies as a crucial part of our assets. The investment will help defend our company against harassment and discrimination in financial institutions," which is 100% true, guys. Okay, that is huge. And get this, it's just a matter of time till these guys, TMTG, the Trump Media Technology Group, until they fully are taking payments in crypto. Okay, they'll probably be one of the first ones. And their stock, I think I read today, was like a valuation of like $6 billion, which don't quote me on that. That's what I read today. I didn't fact check it. And that's a teeny little thing, that's teeny. I mean, imagine what's going to grow as they start their own media thing too. Now, this was also really interesting.
Our boy Daniel entered the chat.
Sources. Daniel, what's up? Give us alt season, please. Yes. TMTG spokesperson for initial report of the Financial Times published a day before the announcement was decision. I don't know if is derision a word?
Yeah.
Apparently derision. Apparently the Financial Times was dumb writers listening to even dumber sources. TMTG represents told the FT on May 26th. Dumb writers with even dumb sources. The firm has applied to its Class A common stock on New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol CRCL. Oh wait, did I just jump? Trent?
Did you just jump?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I did jump. I forgot to read the next article. I'm sorry.
You're good.
USDC user Circle moves forward with initial public offering on New York Stock Exchange. That's where I missed. I was saying the Trump company still.
Huh.
Circle, the issue of USDC, the second largest stablecoin for the market capitalization, has launched an IPO of 24 million shares of its Class A common stock for the company set on May 27th. The firm has applied to its list Class A common stock on New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol CRCL. As a part of the offering, Circle is issuing 9.6 million shares of Class A common stock, the company said in news release. The remaining 14.4 million shares of Class A common stock will be offering by selling stockholders. Circle is expected to grant underwriters a 30-day option to buy up to an additional 3.6 million shares of Class A common stock to cover over allotments. The IPO involves participants from several major U.S. investment banks, from J.P. Morgan, Citigroup, and Goldman Sachs, acting as joint lead active book runners for the announcement added. Here's the Circle Internet Group. Amendment 3. The offering will also feature European banks, including Barclays, Deschutes Bank Securities, and Societe Generale acting as book runners. Didn't Deschutes Bank get bailed out during the bear market? I could be wrong.
Yeah.
The co-managers include BNY Capital Markets, Canaccord Genuity, Needham, Oppenheimer, and Santander, while junior co-managers are Amir Vet Securities and Drexel Hamilton, Mitchell Financial Group, and Roberts and Ryan. Now, that was a mouthful. I try to say that 10 times fast. Taylor says on-chain proof of reserves is a bad idea. So we're moving on to the next article. Michael Saylor, executive chair of major Bitcoin buying firm Strategy, formed MicroStrategy and said on May 26th, the institution posting on-chain proof of reserves is a bad idea. This poses security risk. The current conventional way to publish proof of reserves is an insecure proof of reserves. Saylor said when asked by Blockware Solutions head of analyst Mitchell Askur at the event about the institution's adopting the measure, it actually dilutes the security of the issuer and the custodians of the exchange and the investors. It's not a good idea. It's a bad idea. Let's see if I can rewind a little bit of it and I'm talking about it. Can you hear that?
A little bit.
So no institutional grade or enterprise security analyst would think it's a good idea.
Stormtrooper, for real. Jerry the Turtle.
Back and forth, and every future transaction can be traced. I was like, go to AI, put in detail.
Jerry the Turtle, it must be a meme. Anyways, you can't really hear it, but he's just saying, yeah, it's a bad idea. Keep it off chain.
Well, I do want to say real quick, if anyone's in here who has yet to subscribe to the channel, it would touch T-Square right in his heart if you guys subscribed to the channel.
I actually have 2 hearts.
Uh,
One's right here, and one's up in someplace around here.
In your XRP?
Yeah, that's exactly it.
You know, YouTube is a hard grind, guys, and we appreciate
That's where we like Rumble.
Of support that we can get. And also, Donnie Connell, if you're still watching, I don't know if I've ever caught where you watch from, if you're comfortable sharing.
Saylor didn't answer whether Strategies has the largest Bitcoin holdings of any public company would publish proofs of reserves. Saylor said the industry learned from the collapse of crypto exchanges FTX and Mt. Gox, but said proof of reserves isn't the correct measure to take for the institutional, as no enterprise security analyst would think it's a good idea to publish all of the wallet addresses such could be traced back and forth. That's actually true. I would agree with that. I agree. I wouldn't want, I don't like people knowing my wallets. I know people do, but I'm like, I don't like people knowing my wallets. If I can try to keep it more anonymous, I feel better about myself for security reasons. Growing BTC reserve requires congressional legislation, Van Eck executive. Van Eck, head of digital assets, Matthew Sigel, said sustainable Bitcoin reserves growth must happen gradually through the congressional bills. Building a permanent U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve will likely require target legislation rather than executive action, according to Van Eck's head of digital assets. Matthew Sigel, speaking at Bitcoin 2025 in Las Vegas, Sigel said the most viable path forward may involve inserting Bitcoin mining incentives into congressional budget reconciliation process. According to the Sigel, the most effective path growing a U.S. strategic Bitcoin reserve would be through target amendments to congressional budget legislation. This could include tax credits for mining companies that use methane gas and other incentives aimed at encouraging miners to share a portion of their mined Bitcoin with the Federal Reserve government. He argued that such an approach would allow reserve growth organically over time. Sigil also highlighted the limitations of the executive actions in achieving this goal. And he says the problem with executive actions is that it's going to prompt lawsuits. And anything over 100 million is going to get sued by the Elizabeth Warren of the world. So I would say start with something, maybe an exchange stabilization fund for 100 million. U.S. President Donald Trump established the U.S. Bitcoin Strategic Reserve through a March 7th executive order. According to the order, the U.S. government can acquire Bitcoin through budget strategies or assets forfeited, prompting a range of different ideas to how to add the government stockpile on nearly 200,000 Bitcoin. You know what's crazy? All these people who went to jail and that went to jail and had this Bitcoin, they're like, hey, I'll make you guys a deal. If you let me out of jail early, I'll give you like 10,000 Bitcoin. Pizza money, man. That was my pizza money back in the day. Now I can pay myself out. Lawmakers, officials pitch different ideas to grow strategic Bitcoin reserve. Wyoming Senator Cynthia Lumens, the U.S. lawmaker who introduced legislation for a Bitcoin strategic reserve in July 2024, proposed converting a portion of gold certificates held by the U.S. Treasury to Bitcoin. I think I got the butt. Held by Bitcoin. Converting gold to Bitcoin will allow the U.S. to purchase more Bitcoin without incurring a cost to the taxpayer, Lumens said. Bill Himes, the executive director and president council advisor on digital assets, echoed the idea in March 2025. Hines called the U.S. Treasury revalue its gold holdings, which are currently priced just $42 per 42.22 per troy ounce, and convert a portion of these gains to Bitcoin. The strategy also, that can't be right. They must have messed that up, because they're saying revalue its gold holdings to $42 an ounce. I mean, gold's worth a little bit more than $42 an ounce, if I'm reading that correctly. Portions of the
per troy ounce.
Yeah, a troy ounce is an ounce. It's bigger than an ounce.
Oh.
I'm like, that. They must have messed that up.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're almost talking about silver. But silver, that's like a $10 jump for silver. And gold's not $4,200, per ounce. Like, I don't know what the hell they're getting these numbers from. The price of gold reached an all-time high at $3,500 per an ounce in April, but experienced a minor pullback to around $3,300 an ounce by May 27th. At least, I don't understand what they mean. Like, that doesn't make. I can't get that number to make sense.
I don't know.
Dude, that guy was thinking about Mantra Coin when he wrote that. But yeah, there's the news for the day, guys. I mean, unless you guys have anything else that you want us to cover.
Daniel said, give me your keys, bro. I'll keep them safe.
No, you would not. That's a lie. That's a lie. I've already had 100,000 virtual protocol get stolen from me, so I've been told that once already. Why don't you head into our? Where did he go? He was there 1 second.
I'm right here.
Why don't you head into our Caleb and Brown and BitFi and Crypto Analyzer Pro?
Yeah. So
it's a stage. Show that bling off.
So 1 second. Share screen.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis. Guys, wait! Look at the bubbles! Look at the bubbles! Ah! Squeeze up 6.2%. You guys thought it was 10. Render's down though, Trent. You know why Render's down? They had a massive hack.
They did not.
I was just kidding.
The pinky promise, bro. So I'll share this tab instead.
That's not fair. I don't got pinkies.
So this is our. Oh, I'm not up. Probably. There we go. This is our custom page for Caleb and Brown. Our link is in the description. Well, let me just let my dog out.
He let the dogs out. Who? Oh, you're back. I was really
Yeah.
fast let out.
Oh yeah, the door is right there. So this is our custom page for Caleb and Brown. Link in the description. And as you can see here, we have 24/7 service from personal broker support. Contact your broker at any time. Get your trades executed with over-the-counter liquidity. Fixed fees for all trades. Unlimited pairings. Safe and secure. You know, trade any supported asset directly with another asset. Safe and secure, secured by fire blocks, best prices on all assets. The reason they can give the best market prices on all assets is because they have over-the-counter liquidity. They will go ahead and find the best price for you, and they will deploy their own liquidity in order to buy that asset, so that it cuts down on any sort of wait time or slippage. And they will go ahead and use their own liquidity to put that asset into your account, and then they will reconcile that on the back end, right? No limits on deposits and withdrawals. You can withdraw any amount freely with no fees, no restrictions. Guys, no fees on withdrawals is a huge thing. That's why I won't name the name, but there's a very large, you've seen Discover Crypto charging hundreds of dollars for Discord access. Pluto Alliance should get access.
Pluto
yeah,
Alliance
man.
Access, but Pluto Alliance became a DAO because Discover Crypto didn't like Pluto Alliance.
hey, this is a real thing.
Yeah, I would agree with you, but
Yes.
you know, unfortunately, times have changed. But I think Pluto Alliance will be fine in the long run.
Yeah.
They got plans, okay? They got plans.
Yeah, man. Look, I'm not gonna say any more than this, but you know,
Drink your beer before you say anything. Monkish. Tastes great.
we know this for certain reasons, okay? But what Shadow Trade King just said is a very real thing. And I'm not going to elaborate on that right now, but it's a very real thing. That being said, it's funny because I was just about to say, when it comes to Caleb and Brown, there is a very large crypto influencer company. There's a very large crypto YouTube channel who at one time, well, you know what? I'll just say it. It was Hit Network, but you know, they had used Caleb and Brown to acquire their real estate properties. And what I mean by that is when it came time to withdraw money to buy large real estate purchases, they withdrew that money from Caleb and Brown. Why? Because there's no limits on withdrawals, right? So that, I mean, that goes to show you, you know, like the people or don't like the people. I'm not commenting on that right now. I'm just saying there's a reason that large outlets use Caleb and Brown for withdrawals, and it's because of the fact that you don't get fees on your withdrawals. And when you're ready to pull the trigger on a sizable purchase, or even just on a let's say a household budget perspective, it comes time to make a down payment on a house, or it comes time to you know, you've 10x'd your money in crypto and you want to knock out all of your debt at once. Like, whatever it is, you're gonna pay for an extravagant wedding, or you're going to send your kids off to, I don't know, whatever it may be. Like, if you withdraw from Caleb and Brown, you're not getting hit with fees. So,
and it's smooth and easy. You can talk
Right.
to somebody if you have any problems, whatever.
right. That being said, you know, our next thing is Big Buy. Build your dream finance. And I'll share this tab instead. Biddle your dream finance. When you sign up with our link in the description, you get up to 8,100 USDT in bonuses. Obviously, it's tiered based on how much you deposit, but you can I guess everyone sees my balance up top right there, but I mean, it's not much to write home about, but and that is just on BidFi. I don't hold all of my crypto on BidFi, obviously. But there's something I wanted to show you guys, which is MoonX. And this is up this is up T-Square's alley. MoonX is their Solana-based meme coin trading portal, and it's all on chain. So, yeah. I mean, there's so much stuff that I don't even know what I'm looking at on there. But if you're the kind of person that knows what the latest hit is in the market, you're likely to be able to find it on here. So there you go. How do I get back to the normal exchange? There we go. So, I'll just plug, Coin M futures on BidFi. This is really down from my highs. At one point I was 3,000 XRP in profit right here on this trade. Coin M futures, you take your profit in the coin that you're trading. So if I closed it right now, I'm taking my profit in XRP, not USDT. So at one point I was 3,000 XRP in profit, but I'm still holding this. I don't think we're going back down to my entry price at 208. And if we do, how about I just do this? How about I do the responsible thing right now, and I go ahead and set a stop loss at break even.
At 210.
Set it in profit. Nah. I'm gonna go at what was my
how about 211?
I'm gonna go 2.0807. I'll set my stop loss at 76 cents in profit. Not even enough to cover my fees. However, why am I doing that? I'm doing that because if it really goes down that low, I'm just going to re-enter. I'm going to let that position close out, and it's likely going down at that point back to $2 even, and I'm just going to re-enter. So I'll get a notification on my phone that the trade was closed out, and hopefully if I'm not asleep, then I will re-enter. So there you go. Anyways, yes, this is our exchange of choice.
I should look at Crypto Analyzer so we can show that our copy a trade that we are in.
Yes. And so copy trading, not copy trading, demo trading.
How many days we got left for free for our users?
About like 12 at this point. And he may extend that again. We gotta talk to him. So this right here is in a demo trading account, 600 USDT in profit, and this was done from an AI generated trade setup, which I will show you right here.
Show us, Trent.
Share this tab instead.
I missed this comment earlier. Shadow quant moves of X before 2024 election, and what is to be believed as a jab at Elon Trump of X before 2024 election, and what is to be believed a jab. I don't understand the question or statement.
Oh shoot, we've only got 4 days left. I don't know how I've been doing that math wrong. We have 4 days and 3 hours left to sign up for Crypto Analyzer Pro for free. And you can see down here, what you do is you basically upload a snapshot of your chart. You enter it into the AI analysis, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is the kind of feedback that it gives you. It'll give you an entry, a stop loss, a take profit, and a risk reward ratio. And it'll give you the rationale for doing so. And so what you would do is you would come over here and keep in mind on your dashboard, you can aggregate all the news for the day. If you click view all, you have news aggregated from all of the major crypto news outlets. And you go down here, you get a market overview. All of this is API'd from CoinMarketCap. And you get top gainers and losers. You get an overview of the market. And you can track your portfolio and manage it all in one place.
Yeah.
So that being said, if you want an AI-generated trade setup, you would come over here to the AI analysis tab. You would take a snapshot of your chart. You would then upload it. Right here, you would click trade setup. You'd upload your chart. You would select your risk appetite, time frame, and trading style, your TA options, write any additional comments that you want, and you would click Analyze Chart, and what it would give you is something like what we saw at the beginning, where you get an entry price, a stop loss, and a take profit. And we did that with Bitcoin, and what we got several weeks ago, or a few weeks ago at this point, we got an entry. We got an entry at $101,897 with a take profit up at $114,000, and we are still about $600 in profit. So, we're going to rinse and repeat this, a dozen, 2-3 dozen times or so.
You should just close it out, take my money, and we should be due one next time.
Let's do it. Let's go ahead and should have done it when we were like 900 in profit, but hey, let's go ahead and close this bad boy then. Where are we at? Why do I not know how to close it on the demo trading?
Because it's not the same thing as real trading.
Oh, here we go. There we go. Bam.
Bam, bam, pajoodle. We locked in $600 with using AI technology to read our charts for us. That's how you do it.
Tomorrow, we will bring you guys a fresh AI-powered trade to the Brew Crew.
Are you going to be here tomorrow?
Sorry. Thursday, we will bring you a fresh AI-powered trade to the Brew Crew. I may just do it, and I may send you the info of where.
Or you can just post it on Twitter, and then I can just check it out.
Oh, exactly. There you
Thinking,
go.
Man. Your hat's not straight. What was that?
I straightened my hat in one fell swoop.
You did something. I don't even know what just happened. Yes, we
So,
take it.
there you are. I'm going to stop sharing, and let's go back to some bubbles.
Bubble. I'm not even on bubbles, actually. I think we're actually about to go do some TA. But SPX is pumping. Daniel's in SPX. He's going, dog, I long this suck at 47 cents. I am so up right now. I am enjoying every moment in life. Let's go, Daniel. Calvin, the amount of AI resumes I receive each week makes me think the younger generation can't think for themselves. 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, 100% agree.
Yeah, I'm not trading my real money with that AI tool. Not that I don't think you can, but the responsible thing to do is to use it to stretch your mind, right? You do your own TA, you do your own research. I was just showing some of my numbers in this stream earlier. Getting up 3,000 XRP in profit on CoinM futures. Like, I don't do that based on AI, but sometimes I do put in a trade and then I go over to Crypto Analyzer Pro and I just I'm curious what it has to say, and it either lines up with what I said or gives an interesting perspective that I didn't think about. It should be a tool to expand, to push your mind to expand, not something to just lean on. And as Christians, we believe. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, why the younger generation can't think for themselves? It's a simple answer. It's because they're all NPCs.
Yeah,
that's exactly it.
Yeah. As Christians, we believe that mankind was created in the image of God, and I'm saying we. I'm not speaking for any of you guys if you don't hold that worldview, but for us as Christians, we believe that mankind was made in God's very image. In Latin, this is called the imago Dei, the image of God, and this is a sacred reflection of God's own heart and character within mankind. God took on flesh in the person of Jesus because man was uniquely created for God in all the universe, and we bear His image. And why would we just relegate that to AI and stop thinking for ourselves, right? Now,
I still think it's crazy. I was reading this article today, Trent, where another AI, ChatGPT tried to store itself when they told it it's going to be deleted. And I was reading this other AI, and they literally said they did a test scenario, and the AI blackmailed its creator within a fake affair. It's like, hey, I found this affair on you, but it was the creator, the developer was testing to see if it searched the web for it. And then try blackmailing him to save itself.
Dang, that's some crazy stuff, dude.
Oh, one, you just missed it. We posted the trade of a lifetime. You gotta go back and watch it.
He's messing with you.
No, I'm serious. It was about 5 minutes ago. Just go back. What did Daniel say? Mind doing a quick gala? I'm gonna do a gala for you, dude. I was actually looking at gala as Trent was talking about his beautiful hat and his face and his quick thumb swipe. The reason why I didn't catch it is because I was looking at gala for you.
Hey, what panel was Peter Schiff talking on? I was editing a video all day, and then a couple hours before the stream, I was trying to catch up on the whole conference, and I obviously couldn't catch up on everything.
I'm sure he loved being booed. He loves being like the villain. The crypto
so space. Let me know what
that's evil, man. Who wants to be the villain in crypto?
He can't wait for the day you'll open a gala trade. You know what? I'm gonna do it for you, Daniel. I can't promise when.
You know what?
I gotta look for a good entry.
We'll do an next AI trade. Do it on Gala on Thursday. We'll do an AI Gala trade on Thursday. That's what we're gonna do.
Okay. I'll do it on my demo account because I'm pretty. I've got all of my trading funds pretty wrapped up in trades right now. But
all right. How do I put bubbles away? I'm in the charts right now.
Shadow King said, "Amen. AI and life longevity through living in a robot is crazy for real." Hey, Shadow King, you're contributing some great stuff to the chat, and I know that you probably like watching on X. I just want to humbly ask if you felt like hopping over to YouTube and giving us another sub. We'd really appreciate it. It's a hard grind. By all means, keep watching on X. We love it.
It's not that hard for me. I just like talking and not sleeping and working. I do wonder, Shadow King, you did mention Pluto Alliance, and I am interested in how you are affiliated with Pluto Alliance. That was my biggest NFT collection when I first got into crypto, and it was also my worst decision I've ever made. But in doing so, I was able to meet a great people I would never have been able to meet otherwise.
Thank you,
my close friends today, and that there was a lot of growth out there. There was a lot of growth for me. So yeah, it was. I view it now as like what's it called when you want to say an education? What's it called when you go to college? A tuition.
Yeah.
I view it like a tuition into crypto now.
Yeah.
So I mean, you gotta tell me if you talk about Blue Alliance. I'm curious what alien you hold.
I have a Jupiter and a Saturn myself. The cheap
Oh
one.
yeah, Mr. Sean. Hey buddy.
Huh?
Cracking, man. Long time love. Putting me on the spot there. Jupe King.
I have a Jupiter and a Saturn, but I have the cheap ones. I bought like 2 aliens. Both of them were $200 a piece in the depths of the bear market, and that's all I did.
Don't dox me. Hey, you know, freaking, yeah, I won't dox you. I won't dox you if you don't dox me. It's a deal. Freaking, me and Trent right here, we're gonna sign up for Karate Combat. It's okay. I have an advantage.
You know, I do have a black belt.
Hey, you know what?
Hey.
It's on, man. I took wrestling.
Okay.
I only did it for 6 months because my appendix erupted.
Yeah.
Oh shoot!
I used to teach martial arts to kids on the military base. The place where I live is like a big military town. There's a Marine base and an Army base.
I read about Giant Thing on. You ever seen the TV show? Where was I watching yesterday? It was on. I don't know if it was TikTok or a TV, and they said Barstow is where they went, and I was like, no effing way!
Hey, but I haven't been in the gym in so long, like to train, and the first 2 things that go out the window when you're not actively training, the first 2 things that go out the window are, number 1, your sense of distance, which is crucial. And I don't mean it just goes to 0 like you never learned anything. I mean you're working at a 20%, deficiency, right? You're off by an inch or a half an inch, but that half an inch matters. No pun intended. And then the second thing that goes right out the window when you're not training every day is your sense of timing, which is also equally important. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I may get my stuff rocked. I may not. if I went and fought right now, but my cardio is also trash, and I drink a lot of beer. But hey,
who would I want to fight most?
Who would you want to fight most? That's an interesting
easy
question. What? Who?
You. That was an easy one.
Who do I not like?
Whoa, my whole screen just went black.
Oh.
I thought you see. Who do you not like? That's an interesting question.
Huh.
Yeah, let me go jump into Gala.
Go for it.
For frickin' Daniel, he's probably freaking wigging out right now. He's like, I need to know what's happening. Oh my gosh, Daniel! You see this trend? VWAP opening up to the downside. Oh my gosh, look at that. You better hope we get a quick little recovery like this, because ooh-wee, that's EWE. Anchor wave, trigger wave, anchor wave, trigger wave, anchor wave, trigger wave. Ooh, not good. Not good. So on the 12-hour, we're getting that upward anchor wave, trigger wave, so that could be good. The VWAP's kind of coming down on the 12-hour. On the 1 hour. The 1 hour. What do we have on the 1 hour? Still more downwards action showing, man. I mean, are we gonna go lower than this? I mean, we came down 2 or 3 other times. We could come down deeper in the red. We come back.
I'll give myself an easy one. Who would I want to fight? Gareth Soloway. No, I'm
That's
kidding.
just rude. You should have said
No, I'm kidding. Gareth ain't done nothing to me, but I was just trying to pick an easy fight.
I could tell you a lot of names, but I can't tell you on here. We go anchor, trigger wave, anchor. Looks like a trigger wave. The VWAP coming to the upside. You know, I think the next 12 hours is going to be more red. You know, but you're going off the 1 4-hour candles. And the next day, you know, we might get a little bit of love. We might get some love back. We have to wait and see. But, oof. You gotta be careful though, because you could get that Inca trigger wave on the freaking 3-day.
Shadow King, done. I can do that.
Why can't you trade something like that looks nicer, man? I'm telling you, dude, you stop trading all the coins. You gotta find the leader in the space. You have to set the charts all day. And guys, I use Haikanashi candles. I always have to reference that. This is a regular candle. He said Haikanashi. I just like the cleaner, vibrant look of it. It's simpler. So we got, here's Gala. We go into Mana. We go into 1. And we go to Engine. See, now this. Now, if you're trading Engine, I like Engine. Engine looks a lot better. On the 4-hour, it looks like it has more upward action. And we got Marcus I for A with a blue triangle and a green dot.
I forgot Engine exists. I wrote it for a good little like 4x at the end of 2021. And of course, wrote it back to Trent, what do you do for a living? If you don't mind me asking, seem wicked smart. So, so about 5 years ago, I started working at a truck wash, Blue Beacon truck wash. It's a rigorous job. And I was a supervisor, and, you know, it was a brutal job, you know, so I did that. My wife's a teacher, and as we were in the middle of all of that, that's when I got into crypto. My wife and I started
guess what project he got into, his first ever crypto project. Go ahead, Trent.
Ren, actually.
No.
Well, no, that's true. Actually, it was Bitcoin. It was Bitcoin because I sold my S&P 500 for Bitcoin. Yeah.
Keep going back.
Oh.
See, I have to remind him. It's been so long.
Yeah. OneCoin. One of the biggest scams in crypto history, totaling $4 billion. That was in 2015.
And
I should have just.
Litecoin.
I didn't know anything about it at that point, and I should have just cut my losses and said, you know what? Yeah, I got scammed, but I'm gonna go back in on Bitcoin. But you know, at that time, I was really young. I was like 22 or whatever. You know, I didn't revisit the topic until 2021. Anyways, so I worked at the truck wash, and you know, later in 2021, my wife and I started working for a particular YouTuber who I will not name. I'm sure you can guess at this point, to be honest. But we started working for a particular YouTuber, and
Cardano.
And you know that relationship is
blossoming.
Still, it's ongoing. It's you know, but it's complicated as well. You know, but where I ended up now is saying, you know, our ethos in crypto is about having no intermediaries, right? So not only am I going to trade to supplement my income, my wife's also a teacher, right? But you know, not only am I going to trade to supplement my, you know, part of the household income, which has been going very well for me for, you know, for months now. I'm also going to step out into YouTube for myself. You know, I've been working for a YouTuber for 4 years, but I'm going to step out myself, you know, with going in with Tyler, right? Sorry.
You just doxed me. Damn it, Trent.
Sorry. Going in with T Square and do this thing for ourselves instead of only for other people, right? So yeah, that's where I'm at. You guys are doing great. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for the positive vibes.
Wait till you see Trent drunk. It's the best. We call it Drunk Saturdays, and we just go stream for 5 hours. Trent, by like hour 3, after 2 bottles, he's like, his shirt's off and it's just his chest hair is. We practically call it steel wool on the stream. It's just thick and manly.
Hey, the Cardano video that I uploaded earlier, in between, I recorded like 4 videos yesterday, and in between videos, I changed my shirt. I ended up clipping the mic to my chest hair, and it held.
Hey, you got stuff for both of us. I'm like, it's blind. It's blind. My eyes.
He said I'd take it back. No, don't take it back.
Take it forwards.
Yeah.
Let's go the extra mile now. No step back. But anyways, Trent, you want to lead into? I guess we didn't even do freaking Bitcoin. I should chart that out real fast, and we could do Cardano Spotlight.
Yeah.
Gala. I like not short term. The charts are always living. A tweet can change anything. But currently, my status on Gala is short term bearish, 1 hour to 4 hour bearish. The daily, I think we're doing this, so I'm kind of projecting out. We're flip-flopping right now. So 1 4 hour, I would say we're probably negative. 12 hour let's say day to 2 days bullish. And then 5 days, you're getting kind of that bearish. You should go check out Engine, Daniel. I think Engine, you might have better luck trading. That's it. Daniel says, how strange. I don't see other viewers' comments. It's actually interesting too, Trent, because I was having that issue earlier going through the YouTube. I was having to open monitoring things, and there were comments that I wasn't able to see either.
So Daniel, do you see the one? Or...
I don't see Shadow Trade King is not visible on YouTube.
Right, he won't be because he's commenting on X. Right. So he won't be visible on YouTube.
Gotcha. That's the thing.
Yeah. So Daniel, you should see comments from the one, from Calvin, from Stormtrooper, from Harlem, Donnie, Nesquik, and Hal. In Harlem. But if someone comments on X, there's no way to, other than us throwing it on the screen like I did right here, other than me throwing it on the screen. We're streaming from StreamYard, which is a platform where we can stream to all the platforms and then, interact with it all at once. But yeah, if you're on YouTube, you'll only see YouTube.
Yeah, that makes sense. There you go.
Oh, he said I'll watch from YouTube next time. Hey, I appreciate that. You guys bullish on SWE, Arrow, and or Ondo? So I have a lot to say about that. Okay, I'm
bullish on SWE.
Yeah,
I want you can cover the other two. I don't like Arrow. I think it's dumb.
Okay.
I think it's dumb. Ondo, I'm bullish on. I like Ondo for RWA. SWE, I think they had the Cetus hack. That sucks. Whatever. I think what they should have did. I think it would have been way more bullish for the project. In fact, I think the price would have pumped. Is that they're a $12 billion market cap. They should have ate the loss, paid it out of their fees. Like, hey, you guys, here's 160 mil. We patched where the hack was. We covered you guys. Don't worry. That's like almost like an insurance policy. I think that would have been so bullish for SWE that the price would have shot up. Been like, hey, I love these guys. They covered my bags. That was their mistake. Their ass was on the line. They covered me. I think you're decentralized until you're not. And yeah, they froze the funds. I think they're actually doing a vote right now if they should pay back the 60% they froze, which they probably will. I don't know why they wouldn't. It doesn't make any sense. And because they did that, I think they put themselves in a pickle, and it hurt short term. Long term, I think you need safeguards. I think that's just the future. I would love to say everybody was like ADA and could be like ADA. I don't think. I think ADA might be the only pure decentralized platform out there, and that's just my own personal opinion. And yeah.
So
Okay. Now on that note, you
yes.
go ahead for 2 seconds because I'm gonna go bathroom while you talk.
Yes. So I'm bullish on all three, on Sui, Arrow, and Ondo. I hoping for a substantial pullback on Sui after hack. No luck so far. Yeah, that's that's because I don't think it was enough to make something like Sui, to make something of the caliber of Sui run opposite the rest of the market. At least not with enough depth for you to get a, it's everything is so so correlated to Bitcoin right now. But I'm bullish on all three of those as far as price is concerned. Aerodrome, obviously Base is going to do incredible things. It is the next generation. It's the next iteration of Ethereum. And to be honest, and Aerodrome is the decentralized exchange of Base. It is the Coinbase of Base, so to speak. I'm very bullish on it. I'm very bullish on Ondo. A lot of my leverage trading is on Ondo. But actually I don't have as high of a win rate on my Ondo trades as I have on Cardano, XRP, and Akash. I like trading Akash, or I guess you say Akash, technically. So I don't actually have as high of a win rate with Ondo, but still, I do a lot of leverage trading on Ondo. I hold a good amount of Ondo, and I'm very bullish on it. I'm very bullish on Sui in terms of price. I just have a personal bias. I don't like Sui that much. I like it a lot more than I like Solana from an ethos perspective. But I don't like the dishonesty in the space when it comes to decentralization. And, I'll just go show my tweet. Let's see here. My personal X account is at Bible and Crypto. Let's see. I'll probably just
It was worthless, Trent.
What? I'll copy my personal Twitter right here.
Why use Arrow when you can use Ethereum with Tether?
No. I like Arrow.
Arrow's lame.
It's not.
The whole Base ecosystem is pretty much lame. Besides Brent.
Yeah. Of course it's lame. Everything on Ethereum is lame. But
I didn't say Ethereum. I said Base.
Yeah, but it's Ethereum's up and coming layer 2. It's going to be bigger than Arbitrum. It's going to be bigger.
Need a layer 2.
Layer 2s
are dumb.
It's going to be bigger than Arbitrum. It's going to be bigger than Optimism. It's going to be bigger than Polygon. It's going to be bigger than every other layer 2. Polygon is dead. Polygon made new lows underneath its bear market lows. Like its bear market low was like let's say 38 cents or whatever, and it made another low at 29 cents in quarter 3. I was shocked.
Yeah, so we
our break off from Meta's attempt to crypto, right? I don't.
It was the weekly.
I just don't like Sui. Anyways,
wow, freaking Polygon got down to 15 cents.
Yeah. So I pasted my personal Twitter right there, and I'll go over here and let's see. I'll share my screen. I covered this the other day. You see my little beer flight up here. Oh wait, I'm not. There I go.
No!
So you see my little beer flight up there.
Yeah, Trent, why can't you make all the glasses look at me in the eyes? Like they all look crooked.
I know.
It's been driving me nuts. I have an OCD problem, and that flutters it. And you know what else? Not all the glasses are full either. And I'm pretty sure they're not perfectly aligned. You do this to me on purpose. I mean, you should at least do like top fullest to like least fullest.
I think that I have one of the most epic Twitter handles.
It is a beautiful
that exists. Jesus follower, husband, preacher. I'm preaching at a church in Buena Park, California.
Did you tell him you're a Swiftie though?
Yeah. I'm preaching at a church in Buena Park for all of June. I'm excited about that. We're going to cover the Book of Revelation. We're going to cover the Olivet Discourse, Matthew chapter 24, and we're going to cover Daniel chapter 7. Anyways, craft beer connoisseur, Taylor's version. My wife and I are big Swifties. We went to 3 of the concerts. Let's see here. Euangelion, which is the Greek word for gospel, and co-host.
What's the Greek word for Taylor? Yeah, I tell you, suck it.
Co-host of the Blockchain Brew show, shout out, and Ada. Anyways, down here, what did I tweet the other day about SWE?
You tweeted that you're bullish.
You can see some of my positions over here on BidFi, and there we go. SWE protocol, talking about Cetus, of course. SWE protocol is hacked, and we say, well, aren't you glad the wallet can be frozen and the funds restored to Cetus? Now, I was responding to a certain person's post, who I'm not going to name right here, but and we say, aren't you glad that the wallet can be frozen and the funds restored to Cetus? And I said, or you could just go the way of Cardano with real decentralization and no hacks.
What's its DEX volume, though?
It's centralized exchange volume, bro. Its trading volume is booming. It has more trading volume than the entire exchange of Gemini, and Gemini still won't list it. Tell me that's not targeted. I remember Ivan on Tech repping Polygon, Matic 2020 bear market. Now he talks about Origin Trail, Jack. Took a vid just because of my respect for his calls. Got you. So, my point is, I don't like the dishonesty in the space where you have this thing where the Cetus hack happens and it's like, oh, well, decentralization is not about not having hacks. And I'm like, guys, what are we talking about? Like, I just don't like the dishonesty where I'm not going to get any further into it because I'm going to end up talking about the person's post, but
I like it.
I mean, it's going to do well with price. It's going to do well.
It's going to do out better than ADA.
From here, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But, of course, it's going to do better than ADA from the bottom because it's new. When ADA was new, it did better than everything. The question is it going to stay in the top 10, 20 years from now? And the answer and the answer for Cardano is yes.
I mean, look at Facebook. Facebook's been around, and it's been around for 15 years.
Right, but these things we're talking about blockchain, and these things are not stress tested. You microwave a blockchain is what we do these days, and we throw it out there. We see what sticks to the wall, and we deal with hacks on the back end. Like, why is it that Cardano has been up since 2017 with no hacks, with zero downtime? We said both of those things at the beginning. Zero downtime, no hacks.
Hey, Trent.
They said zero downtime over and over and over again until there was downtime. And then, like, no hacks until there's hacks. But
I gotta reel you back in because I'm running out of time. But
yeah.
bullish divergence on pole. All I got.
Yeah. I mean, there's gonna be.
All right,
It's not gonna do very well.
Bitcoin. Okay, we're gonna run it over. Actually, yeah, looks like bullish divergence in Bitcoin too on the 24-minute also. Just slightly, but it is there. 24-minute bullish, 1 hour. We're getting bullish. I think we could be in the start of a quick pump. If this closes and makes a green dot and the VWAP continues to the upside, we'll have to keep an eye on it. 4 hour bearish. The VWAP's coming down still. Short term bullish. You want to go a little longer, do the 12 hour. We're bearish on the 12 hour. VWAP below the zero line just slightly. We're on -3. And we have a red dot. Red dot doesn't necessarily mean the end of the world either. We had a red dot here and we came back up the next day from a tweet. So, keep that in mind. Bearish because on the daily we're just below the zero line, still at -3. We're 2-day. Looks like it's starting to come down a little bit, but we're above the 60, so we could get a fake out, which we can see right here. Maybe get a fake out. 3-day. We're below the zero line. Also possibility of a fake out because we're pretty high up on market cipher. And then on the 3-day, you pull it back, and maybe I'm projecting out, and I'm not crypto face, but this looks like it could be bearish divergence forming on the 3-day for potential downwards action. I've been saying I think we could go down to 103, 104 and fill a CME gap that we left open. Weekly, it's not confirmed yet, but keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it. Currently, you could say we're still bullish on the weekly because the VWAP is at 9. It's not below the zero line. But we have to keep an eye on this to see if it clips or not and turns into a red dot. If it turns into a red dot, it would be bearish. We're going to Bitcoin dominance. We think Bitcoin dominance is going to be going up on the weekly. 5-day also looks like it's going up. We have a green dot. Green dot right here, followed by a little red dot. We went up. Green dot went up. Green dot right here. We're actually down. Trigger wave. We go up a lot. So we'll keep an eye on the dominance on the 5-day. I wonder if this is structure breaking and we're actually really doing fake out. This actually might turn into a trigger wave right here, anchor trigger wave, and actually have some more downwards on the dominance on the 2-day. The 1-day also looks like it could be a fractal breaking, and we could have some downward price action on the dominance, which could cause the altcoins to pump. Red X on the daily. So yeah, maybe
the 200 EMA on Bitcoin dominance is sitting at about 62% right now on daily. 61 and change, which means that Bitcoin dominance only has to get under 61% to be breaking the 200 EMA, which when you go back to Q4, when it was testing the 200 EMA, it had to get under like 54%. Yeah. So now if we go to 54%, we are trending way below the 21 EMA. We're in the zone where you're going to start getting the 21 crossing the 200 and stuff like that going on, which is insanely bullish for altcoins.
Oh, yeah. Another thing, too, on the monthly on Bitcoin, we have a green dot. with strength and the RSI going upwards, with the VWAP also coming up. So super bullish on the monthly. And then Ethereum, we're making a trigger wave, super bullish on Ethereum if you can close this trigger wave with the VWAP curving to the upside. We're currently at -10, but we can get to the altcoin season. It'll be great.
Yeah. I'm going to say more succinctly and concisely what I was trying to say earlier. Sorry, the beer's flowing a little bit. But what I was saying is just that I don't like the dishonesty in the space that we say, oh, decentralization is not about it's not about no interventions, right? And they say, oh, would you rather the hacker just keep the money? Well, look, I would rather the hack not happen in the first place, right? Like, Cardano's done it, why can't you do it? And the reason why is because of the microwaved version, the microwaved culture, where we roll out a blockchain in a fortnight and just fix everything afterward, right? Like, with Cardano, peer-reviewed scientific approach, it's been stress tested. When there was a when there was a DDoS attack against Cardano in Q3 of last year, guess what happened to Cardano? Nothing. It was resilient in terms of its network integrity. And that's the thing that I hate about all of these newer chains. Not that they're not going to do well in price, sure, but the integrity. Where's the integrity? We say that, it's not about decentralization is not about no interventions. No, it's about no intermediaries. And obviously, you guys can pause this. So SWI is the soul of the last cycle. Exactly. Which is great for your bags, but I'm not a fan of it from an ethos perspective. Anyways, you wanna wrap us up?
Oh yeah, I'm just about there. Do you guys think this is a triple top on the 12-hour for ETH? Looking pretty freaking close. Pretty close. The daily doesn't quite look like it, but the 12-hour does very much look like it. Well, let's hope this can pump up, break it, go to the next level at 3,100, and then we could get out of that scary area. But okay, I guess we can wrap it up, guys, because I work at early. I work in the early, man. So guys, if you haven't already, please smash that golden like button. Not down though, but up, because it boosts the YouTube algorithm, which we need it in YouTube. Rumble, we're just a boss like that. We don't need it as much. But if you do want to do it on Rumble, we appreciate that. Hit the bell if you haven't already. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Rumble. Guys, we're trying to grow, break out of this 9 to 5. We're trying to do what we can do, and we appreciate all the love and support. Thank you for all 47 of you guys here. Thank you for your... We have a comment from somebody I don't recognize. All 47 of you guys joining up. We're going to read this comment before we decide what we're going to do.
Hacks definitely give a bad look. In crypto, it's all public and all under scrutiny. With banks, when hacks or losses happen, nobody hears about it and it's shoved under the rug. Totally. Yeah, I get you. I agree with you. I'm just talking about the dishonesty. Don't bandwagon decentralization and then make your case in the public square about why some centralization is good. Just be honest from the front end. I don't know. Hello.
Now we got hello. We got these new people coming in, and I'm trying to go catch some Z's. Thank you for showing up.
I do want to say, if you guys are hopping on right now, if you would subscribe to the channel, it would touch T-Square right in his heart. It's a hard grind out here on YouTube. We appreciate all the support we can get. If you if you wanna hop off, I might just my wife's not home right now. I might just stay on and do some charts.
Okay, there you guys go. That's why we're co-hosting. That's why our channel is unique and different. We're not a one-man show. We got each other's backs, and we got you guys' backs as you guys make us great. So we want to make you guys great. Make sure you guys are feeling loved and snuggled. I'm just kidding. But okay, this sounds good, Trent. I'm gonna hop off then.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, dab it out, yo. Woo, 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 woo.
Let's see. So,
In the stream.
no, don't end the stream. So yeah, if you guys have a couple coins that you want me to chart, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I probably will look at Bitcoin dominance for a minute, but I just gotta stay on this sweet thing for another second or two, because what irks me about it, you know what, I'm not gonna show this person's post on the screen, but I'm gonna go read it for myself real quick while I gather my thoughts. I'm also gonna change this music here. We've had it rolling for a while. There we go. This one's called Feeding the Ducks. Right? Also, should I crack another beer? These are like 8.3%, guys, so nothing to shake a stick at. So I'm searching, you can't see it on the screen, but I'm searching this particular person's account right now. And, we're promised decentralization and trustless systems, and every major chain has breaks. That's not true. Bitcoin hasn't. Cardano hasn't. And then I'm scrolling to find the one that I'm really looking for, because it was the one that really grinded my gears. Ground my gears, is that technically how you would say that? Ground my gears? Grinded or ground? Let's see. Yeah, so, decentralization doesn't mean no safeguards. And an emergency protocol to freeze a wallet is being justified. The thing is, Trent, what else are you bullish on, and are you a 4-year cycle guy? Yes, I am a 4-year cycle guy. I know it sounds, rinse and repeat, but when it's broken, I'll change, right? When it proves that. Okay, look, here's my logic on this, and might be a little bit of a different angle than you're used to hearing, but I look at this from the same vantage point as trading, okay? And I will share my screen right here on trading. I approach this the same way that I try to approach trading, which is, if you have something that's in a pattern. All right, let me find a good pattern right here. Go to the 3-day chart on Ondo. So, actually, let me go over to Acash on KuCoin. All right, so you have something that's in a pattern, right? I see a bit of a cup and handle here on the 3-day chart, and the handle is forming a falling wedge. Well, what do you do? You should wait for the break of the falling wedge with a retest, right? I view this the same way as the 4-year cycle, right? You wait for a break and a confirmation in order to act on the input of data that you're receiving, right? So I just, I see that in trading, and I can't help but think about the 4-year cycle the same way. If we have a break of the trend and a confirmation of the break, right? Sometimes we have a break in trading without confirmation. Well, what if this cycle does go a little bit longer and everyone is calling for a super cycle? But you zoom out 10 years from now and you look back and you're like, well, how much longer did it actually go? Oh, it's stretched into 2018. I don't think that that's going to happen, but say it does. 2018, my bad. It stretched into 2026. I do know that the 2017 cycle did stretch into 2018. That's why I subconsciously said that. But it was like the first week of January, okay? And it's been moving back a month, with each new cycle. That's precisely because the Bitcoin halving is every 210,000 blocks, which is more like 3 years and 10 months rather than 4 years, right? So, I don't think that it's stretching to 2026, but if it does, and everyone's like, see, it's a super cycle. And what did it stretch to? January, February? Like, you look back 8 years from now, and would you really call that a break of the trend? Or would you call it a fake out? Like you do in trading? I know like the analogy breaks down at some point, and I'm not trying to tease the analogy out to the extent of its logical end. But I do think there's some overlap there. It's just how I like to think about it. You said, agreed, it'll break when it does. Right. That's my perspective. It'll break when it does, and like any good trader, you have to respond to the data as it rolls in, right? Doing something different right now would be like longing a falling knife. It would be like trading against the trend, which we're not supposed to do. So, yeah, and in terms of the SWE thing, like, would you rather the hacker keep the money? Well, it's a bit of a it's a logical fallacy, and it's a bit of a straw man argument, right? Like, I'm not saying that I would rather the hacker keep the money, right? But the straw man argument creates a straw man, which is something that I don't actually think, and then it attacks the thing that I don't actually think rather than attacking the thing that I do think, right? The thing that I do think is that peer-reviewed, stress-tested, scientific modeled blockchains should not be accessible to hacks this quickly, right? So, I don't know. I just think that the hacker not keeping the money is beside the point. Like, just be honest from the front end. Which maybe if you dig deep enough in their white paper, they are honest enough from the front end. But the influencer hype circuit of the community, I don't know about that. I don't know if the influencer hype circle in the community are honest. Because we were told over and over again, it's the best blockchain. We were told over and over and over again, it's technologically superior. Which what they really mean is fast, right? Like, where did we get into this emotional place where fast automatically means good? There's a lot of things in the world where fast doesn't mean good. Now, I get with scalability and throughput, we need things to be fast. I get it. But Cardano's Ouroboros Laos is bringing the chain, and Hydra is scaling the chain to Solana speeds without any downtime. So I think the hacker should keep the money, and if he's caught, he still pays the price, right? Anyways, I'll get off of this. You asked me what other coins I'm bullish on. So my portfolio I've scaled down. I was bullish on things, and I still am bullish on them, but I had to consolidate. I was in things like ICP that I was bullish on, and I still am bullish on it. I was in things like Algorand that I still am bullish on. But my consolidated portfolio right now is Cardano, and not including the little bit of Bitcoin that I'm just never going to touch. I don't have enough Bitcoin that's worth selling in my mind, because I'm trying to swing the bigger gains with alts, and then stack sats in the bear market. And as I stack sats in the bear market, I will also stack a little bit of Cardano and XRP. But my consolidated portfolio right now is Cardano, XRP, Ondo, Render, and it's really just those four, plus some Cardano ecosystem tokens like Iagon, Indigo, and MinSwap. Other than that, I do leverage trade Akash quite a bit. I like it a lot, and I think that it's a better render. So, there you go. Let's see. We're ticking down to 6 viewers over here on YouTube. Oh, tick back up to 9. So before I hop off, let me hop over here to Bitcoin on the charts. BTC, USDT. We go to this one, and on the 3-day here, we're flagging out, and I would like to see us just continue to make this flag. Okay, and then pump from there. The 21 EMA, which is a magnet for price action, is all the way up here at 99,000. So 3-day is going to be very strong. I don't see us going underneath that. We go down to the 1-day. We have again this flag right here. However, the 21 EMA is all the way up here at $105,400. And if we stay in this flag, the 21 EMA is going to get up here as high as the flag is. And the price action is literally going to pull the 21 EMA up to meet it, right? If you look back here, this is why I have this circle drawn. We came back and we touched the 21 EMA. But when did we do it? We see, if you're bearish, not necessarily bearish, but if you're not really, really bullish, then you get a big move and you can dip sharply to come right back down to the 21 EMA, right? A good example is right back here, right? We got a pump. I'll use this line. Okay, we got a pump right there. And then what do? We dropped sharply back down to meet this 21 EMA at the white line. But what do you do when you're really bullish? When you're really bullish, you actually just start to flag out like we did right around here until the 21 EMA comes up to the price rather than the price coming back to the 21, right? So we saw it here out of this flag. We saw it right here out of this diamond pattern, and we're seeing it again right here with this flag. So that's really bullish in my mind. The MACD does have to reset here a little bit. I'm gonna erase this circle. Bam. Okay, so the MACD does need to reset a little bit, but that shouldn't take it too low. The RSI, just during this flag, right? The price did not have to massively dip for the RSI to reset. The RSI has come from 78 back down to 64, which is a nice little reset, and we did not have to take a tumble for that to happen. All we had to do was flag out. And the stochastics RSI are at the lows of the channel. And that's what I like about the stochastics, is that it shows you the momentum of the trend in a way that is it tends to go, you can see a good example right here. It tends to go from the bottom to the top, back to the bottom. It tends to complete the channel. As where the regular RSI is a lot more choppy and all over the place. And the stochastics show you they show you a smoother trend, right? You know, if you went in at every bottom and sold at every top, you know, the swings are a lot smoother to read. And right now the stochastics are right down here at the lows. And, you know, I think that's a bullish thing, and that's on the daily chart. Coming down to the 4 hour, again, the Stokes are low here on the 4 hour. We have broken below the 21 EMA on the 4 hour, but that's fine. If you look what we did back here, it's, you know, nothing to write home about. On the smaller time frames, you're going to go over, you know, you're going to go below and above the 21 EMA quite frequently. And you're having a sort of higher low situation coming in. So now the Bollinger Bands are starting to tighten on the 4 hour, which means that we have a big move coming in. Whether up or down, the Bollinger Bands alone don't tell you that. You have to factor in the rest of your data set into the equation. But the Bollinger Bands alone are telling you that the volatility is thinning right now. And when it thins for long enough, then you're going to get a pop. Let's see, where are we at here? Hey, Sean Akers, Kansas City says hi. Oh, do you have a personal X account? I'll follow. Yeah, I put it up here. Where did I paste it? I put it up here when I was talking about SWE. Maybe I already have it pasted. There we go. Right there. It is at Bible and Crypto. So there you go. I appreciate that. Kansas City says hi. Thank you, Sean, for tuning in. T Square was on. We were on here over, you know, close to an hour and a half. You know, he had to go to bed. He works early in the morning. I stayed on here just a little bit longer to cover Bitcoin, especially with the conference going on. I may end up kind of streaming the conference, at least part of it, tomorrow. I have a video to edit. I'm not a good editor, but you know, I don't have any other choice. So, but I have a video to edit tomorrow. If I can knock that out, then maybe I will stream some of the Bitcoin conference and do a little react, a big long react stream as the conference is playing. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for being on here. I appreciate every last bit of the support, and I will bid you farewell. And as we do, I just want to say cheers. Thanks for the support, and until the next episode of the Blockchain Brew Show, thanks for being part of the Brew Crew, the most hydrated community on YouTube. Cheers.